What is up, guys? It's your boy, Rick. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Cactus here, and today, you did it again, didn't you? You waited until the last possible minute and now you have 1 week left to prep for the massive Witch Queen expansion for Destiny 2. But don't worry, your boy has you covered. We're going to be going over everything you can do to prep in this final week for the Witch Queen so you can get a massive advantage when this new expansion launches. And so, let's get started. But just before we do, this video is sponsored by HelloFresh, but this offer isn't for everyone. If you don't eat food, feel free to skip this ad. Now, for those of you who do, boy, you're gonna love this because HelloFresh delivers pre-packaged meal kits containing the ingredients you need to make delicious meals and a huge variety of delicious meals as well. Now, why do you want this? Well, firstly, it helps you reach your goals. HelloFresh is full of wholesome recipes, low in calories or carbs, and I don't know about you guys, but every time I step foot in a grocery store, my diet flies through the window. It's also delicious. There are so many different recipes. You can cater the type of meal towards your choices, and every recipe includes fresh products sourced directly from farmers. Not to mention not having to go to the grocery store, not having to prep, it saves a ton of time, and it's also gonna help you eat sustainably. My fridge is full of a ton of leftovers. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna end up throwing out. HelloFresh can help you completely avoid that. And of course, I'm gonna hook you guys up. If you click the link in the description down below and use code POGCACUS16, yep, they actually did it, you get up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts, which include free appetizers, free desserts, and free premium recipes across 6 boxes. So a huge amount of savings, guys. Definitely try it out. My wife was absolutely thrilled when I told her we'd be getting HelloFresh boxes. Alright, now I should say one of the advantages to waiting until the last week is that we have the latest information available. There's a lot of things I'm going to talk about in this video that would have been impossible to know if I would have made this guide earlier. So, first off, let's start with bounty prep. This is one of the most common ways you can prepare for an upcoming expansion or DLC, and for those who don't know, essentially what it is going out and completing bounties but not turning them in, keeping them in your inventory completed so that you can turn them in after the DLC launches. This is going to essentially save your experience gains for that new DLC, so you can get the brand new Witch Queen artifact for Season 16, pop all your bounties, and boom, you're level 5 instantly in your artifact, which is obviously a good advantage. Now, when it comes to which bounties you should prioritize, there definitely is a tier list. Firstly, weekly bounties give the most experience, followed by daily bounties, and in last place you have additional repeatable bounties. So don't save any repeatable bounties if you can avoid it. Obviously, do all of your weekly bounties, then fill the gaps with dailies. However, a lot of vendors like Shaxx and the Gunsmith, etc., they don't even offer weekly bounties anymore. So here are the list of still available weekly bounties you should try to complete. Shahan has 2 in the Cosmodrome. Varix has 2 on Europa. The Moon actually has 4, 2 from Eris Morn and 2 from the Lectern of Enchantment. Clan bounties from Hawthorne also count as weeklies. Iron Banner bounties also count as weeklies, and some more information on those. Iron Banner will be available for the last week of the season, so it may be a good idea to complete those Iron Banner bounties and then just sit on them. Bungie actually confirmed that your Iron Banner bounties would not be taken out of your inventory going into the Witch Queen, but the loot you get will be capped at the lowest possible light level. However, you may get brand new Witch Queen Iron Banner gear, and that has happened before with previous seasons when you've kept Iron Banner bounties. But you may want to turn in a few tokens because there are a group of weapons such as the Multimac SMG from Iron Banner, which is really high tier in PvP, that are being removed as loot drops. So you won't be able to get the Multimac anymore once the Witch Queen launches. So keep that in mind as well. However, one more kind of weekly bounty that you definitely want to grab is the gold tier bounty from Starhorse. If you can't complete that, grab a silver tier instead. And there's several reasons for this. Mainly, you get a big chunk of experience, but also you get those Paracausal Hall boxes, and this is moving into the next category of the guide, loot you should try to save. So, Paracausal Hall boxes have caused a lot of debate within the community about should you save them, should you not, especially with new information. However, I still think they're going to be very useful. Why you want to hold on to these and not pop them until after the Witch Queen is because they drop a bunch of loot. Like you'll get random legendaries and blues, etc. for popping your Paracausal Halls. Now, why do you want that? Well, it's because you're going to have to level up quite a bit within the Witch Queen. The starting level is 1350. Everyone in the game will be brought up to 1350 regardless of what you are now. Then you're going to 1500 within the soft cap. When you're in the soft cap, what this means is that literally any piece of loot, whether it be blue, legendary, exotic, whatever, is going to advance you. So you could literally sit in Gambit and grind game after game after game and just constantly be getting the rewards, and those are going to level you up all the way to 1500. Now, once you get to 1500, you're in the powerful cap until you reach 1550. That means only powerful rewards will advance you. So again, if you're sitting in Gambit, the normal loot is always going to drop at about 1500. Maybe you get lucky, you get 1501, etc. But if you get your 3 weekly Gambit powerful, that's going to drop at like 1504, 1505, right? And advance you slowly to 1550. Once you get to 1550, only pinnacle gear, so stuff like raids, is going to get you from 1550 to 1560, 1560 being the absolute cap in level for the Witch Queen. So again, if you grab a bunch of Paracausal Halls, potentially you could, as soon as the Witch Queen launched, pop 100 of them, just get swarmed in loot, and immediately get to the soft cap, like get to 1500 immediately without having to do any activities. That is the theory. It's not necessarily confirmed, but it's something you may want to do. The same thing goes for treasure keys, right? Save your treasure keys, pop them after the Witch Queen has released, and that gear that you get from the chest will help you advance in level to 1500. However, the big change and the debate comes from the new information that if you do the legendary campaign for the Witch Queen, which is going to be available right off launch, like you can, as soon as you get into the Witch Queen, do the legendary campaign. If you beat every single mission on legendary, so the entire campaign, you are going to guaranteed get a set of 1520 gear. So it is going to be blues, and that's actually brand new information. Essentially, it's going to let you infuse your favorite gear up to 1520, which is crazy because it means you just beat that legendary campaign, and then without having to do any other powerfuls in the game, you're already in the middle of the power grind at a guaranteed 1520 power level. So what's the point of saving all these Paracausal Halls and doing all this prep? Well, as you do the missions, you may find that you beat the first mission and maybe you get unlucky with loot in that mission and then you're underleveled for the second mission. Maybe you do still manage to beat that second mission and then you're even more underleveled for the third mission. So you may need to get some Paracausal Halls to have a quick boost in level to get you to that next mission's guaranteed level so you can beat it, right? That is the point of the Paracausal Halls and treasure keys and all of that stuff. Alright, that big explanation out of the way, the next piece of loot you may want to save is Prime Engrams and potentially Umbral Engrams. And this is because there's no harm in popping them after the Witch Queen comes out. Potentially those primes will turn into brand new Whirlpool weapons, and even if they turn out to be crap, dismantling legendaries is how you're going to rank up the Gunsmith in the Witch Queen. That's right, Gunsmith materials are being removed from the game. So another big tip, guys, make sure you spend all of your Gunsmith materials, hand them all in before the Witch Queen, because they're literally going to be worthless. They're going to be removed from your inventory when the Witch Queen launches. Now, another important piece of loot to hang on to is exotic engrams. If you don't have any sitting in your Postmaster, you may have a few in your Season's Pass, and if you haven't grabbed them, don't. That's because you can actually go to Bungie.net and access the previous Season's Pass. So in the Witch Queen, you can pull these engrams from your previous Season's Pass on Bungie.net, and they're going to drop of light. So if you need some emergency gear, even if you're in the middle of the power grind, if you're past 1500, those exotics could help you level up. Additionally, one of my clanmates just reminded me of this, there's going to be a guaranteed Witch Queen exotic that you get from beating the Legend campaign, right? Once you get that, that's technically in your loot pool. You could potentially pop your engrams after that, and you could get that brand new Witch Queen exotic, potentially get a better roll for it. So that's another reason to keep them. Also, any weapons in your Season's Pass, again, like I have this Fractithist, I can grab that whenever I have a really low kinetic weapon, right? I can grab that and it'll drop of light and potentially boost me up. That's another big tip. Now, let's move on from there into the next category, which is materials. You really do want to stock up on pretty much every useful material. So planetary materials, especially from Nessus and the EDZ, because their gear drops 20 light under, which is going to be useful for leveling alt characters. There'll be a bigger explanation on that in my leveling guide when it comes out after the Witch Queen, but you also want to get, enhancement cores, all of that stuff. Also, Spoils of Conquest. Obviously, getting a raid group together for a lot of you guys could be difficult, but if you do, all you really need to do is farm the Templar. It's a really easy melt, especially with fusion rifles. Heck, you can kill them just with the Cartesian coordinate, and then you're going to get 5 spoils every single time. You just save a checkpoint, keep killing the Templar over and over again, and you can save 240 Spoils of Conquest in your normal inventory, and then they go to your vault of each character. So that's another 240 on each different character's postmaster. And if the Witch Queen raid still uses spoils, holy crap, you're going to be able to get and farm the best brand new raid weapons right off the bat for only beating the raid once. Another tip I have for you guys involves upgrade modules. Of course, you want to have max upgrade modules, but did you know you can actually save more than the cap of 25 in your inventory? If you equip a modularity mod to your Ghost, for example, this one is going to let modules drop when I'm farming strikes. Now, if I have a full inventory of modules and I get another one from a strike, it goes to my postmaster. So just like spoils, I can actually save another 25 modules on each one of my 3 characters in their postmaster for a total of 100 modules instead of just 25. Alright, but moving on from there, the last category is going to be gear you want to get before the Witch Queen. So, firstly, anti-champion gear. Bungie actually did reveal that there's going to be anti-barrier scout rifles and bows, and then overload auto rifles and SMGs. I've made a video on the weapons I would recommend getting, that's linked up above, but obviously having a good god roll PvE scout rifle leading into a season where you're going to need scout rifles to break barrier shields, that's very important. Another set of gear I would recommend going after is exotics that affect Void subclasses. Void subclasses are being completely remade with the Witch Queen. We're getting Void 3.0, so they're going to have aspects and fragments. So it's a great idea to go after exotics like the Helm of Saint 14 that specifically buff certain things in Void subclasses, because Void subclasses are becoming more powerful, giving you all that customization. And again, I did a video on all the exotics that applies to. And then lastly, any gear that you want from activities added within this year. So stuff from Season of the Splicer, stuff from Season of the Lost, Season of the Chosen, all of that stuff is getting removed with the launch of the Witch Queen. So if you still don't have a good Chroma Rush auto rifle, now's your literal last chance to get one. However, that also means when regarding bounty prep and other stuff, don't save any bounties from the Wayfinder's Compass involving Season of the Splicer, from the Tangled Shore. Remember, the Tangled Shore is going away as well, and the Forsaken Campaign is going away, so if you haven't done it, now's your last chance. So don't try to hoard or save anything from those activities that are disappearing. Unless they're weapons and armor, because that's stuff you'll hang on to. And so guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. Remember to click the link in the description to get a great deal with HelloFresh. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.